Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is Momita,
Hi, this is Subhajit here.
and right now we are back from our Vietnam trip. It was a wonderful experience, uh, and all the vlogs related to the Vietnam trip is available on YouTube. And we hope you have enjoyed watching them as much as we have enjoyed creating them. And even if you haven't watched them yet, no problem, it's already up there. So once we were back from the Vietnam trip, we were recollecting our memories, and then we realized that certain things which few pre-planned and few unplanned, all these things together made our journey a bit more smooth during the whole trip actually. So we have noted down 10 big and small points which can prove quite helpful if you are planning a trip to Vietnam, and this blog is about all those points.
Okay, so the first point will be pick the right season. So when traveling to Vietnam, right, the season matters in the sense like actually it's not the same terrain throughout Vietnam. So some places are hilly and some places that you will see coastal areas, and down south it will be more like a tropical climate. So whenever it rains a lot, I think it's best time to avoid those seasons, and maybe you can visit whenever the season is good with less rain, so that you can enjoy or visit most of the places. So that is one key point to take here.
We visited Vietnam in March, and the weather was really good. I mean, we didn't face any difficulty weather-wise. While if you Google regarding the best month to visit Vietnam, you may not find specific answers. This may vary from March to April, or some would say from September to November. But I think it's up to you which month you pick up. But at least you avoid those seasons or those months where you can expect rainfall or you can expect extreme heat, because these are not comfortable situations for and planning any travel.
Right. So the next point will be build your itinerary. So as you know, like Vietnam is S-shaped, okay, and it's quite stretched from top to bottom. So if you enter through a particular place, and if you are planning to leave from the same place, that may not be a good idea, because it is like 1400 kilometers from north to south.
If you are planning a trip to Vietnam, I would suggest that you choose your locations in a wise manner, and in such a way that you can explore as much as possible in Vietnam, and at the same time don't get exhausted because of unnecessary traveling.
The next point is the flight tickets. Okay, so we have gone through several websites while booking the flights, and the best thing is like if you select Google Flights, okay, and that too in incognito mode. So in that way, your search will not be visible to Google search engine, and that way the prices will not also increase. So that is one secret tips we are giving to you. And then yeah, we have searched a couple of other websites just to compare the ticket prices and all. So we searched the Vigo app, and then Kayak, Skyscanner, and all those apps. So after searching and after doing a little bit of research, we bought the ticket from this Vietnam Airlines from their website directly. So sometimes you get good prices from the direct website as well. The next thing is point number 4 is hotel booking. So hotel booking, again the same drill you need to go through. And then the best website which I found for hotel booking is the booking.com. So there multiple viewers or travelers, they will put their view, and the reviews will be mostly authentic reviews will be there,
Reliable.
reliable, and in that way you can judge the hotels and mostly we found the hotels were good based on the reviews, and the prices were also competitive. So it was overall a good experience while booking through booking.com. And the hotels again, it depends, like based on your purchasing power, like you can either stay in a luxury hotel or you can stay in a hostel, so it depends on you. So point number 5 is visa and travel insurance. So visa, while applying for the visa, right, there are a couple of websites which looks like a government website and all. And the thing is, you need to find the right website to book the visa for your Vietnam trip. So we have given the link in the description below, and so there is a particular website through which you should apply for your visa, and rest of the websites which pretends to be a visa website from Vietnam government, but those are like not the right one. So where they will charge you some amount, and after applying the visa, right, you will get a confirmation email. But once you reach there, then they will ask you to pay another $30 US, so which is like waste of time and money. Yeah. So if you apply through those websites. Yeah, so again, it depends from country to country. So as we are holding Indian passport, so we are eligible to apply for e-visa, and that again depends on the nationalities and the passports. So you please check, go through the website, and based on your requirements, you can apply for that e-visa online, and you will get the visa within 3 to 4 days. So it will come over email with the confirmation, and then you can take a printout of the visa. And regarding the travel insurance, so I think it's better to carry a travel insurance. You never know. The unforeseen scenarios, what can happen.
Especially if you are traveling with a family.
Right.
So it's better to prepare yourself for the worst, and hope for the best. Now coming to number point 6, that is travel budget. It is advisable if you can carry some local currency, that is Vietnamese dong, as well as some US dollars with you, even before embarking on the flight.
Okay, one more thing which you should always remember, that never ever exchange at the airport. Okay, there you will be getting the worst possible exchange rates. So in case if it is urgent, very urgent, then only you do the exchange of money at the airport. Otherwise, it's better to carry your own card, carry the cash beforehand itself, and some US dollars. And nowadays, most of the banks, right, the card they provide, so those are global credit or debit cards, which you can swipe at any ATM outside, and you can dispense some cash at your own will. I have one credit card, which is Trust card. So there, the remittance fee is almost negligible, almost zero. And wherever I swiped in Vietnam, right, so I got very less charges. So that is one good card. If anyone is planning to travel from Singapore, so they can apply for that Trust card, and then they can use that card wherever the credit card transaction is possible in Vietnam. The feature of the Trust card is that whenever you do some transaction, you will get the notification immediately on that.
So that saves you from the headache of converting Vietnamese dong to US dollars, I think.
That is a good point actually. So the thing is, like this currency, right, dong. So there you will be lost in zeros, and the best way to count that Vietnamese dong is like remove the 3 zeros from the end, and whatever left out, right. So normally they used to tell that amount.
First 2 or 3 digits.
Yeah.
I think that is the exact amount. And one more thing, although it is not related to travel budget, but the thing is, the moment you land into Vietnam, you can purchase a SIM card, because you will need it anyway. Even if you are on international roaming, I think it's better you take a local SIM card. We took the Viettel SIM card, and that was good. They had several plans. We chose one plan that was convenient for us, and we didn't have any trouble regarding its internet usage or calls. We didn't have any such problem. because we chose a plan appropriate for our budget and appropriate for our requirements. So there are other SIM cards as well which you can directly purchase from the airport, or if you want to purchase from some other place you can do that as well. But you please keep in mind to have a local SIM card once you reach Vietnam. That would be quite helpful for you and save you a lot of money actually.
So the point number 7 is conveyance. So that is one of the important point again, I would say. Like while traveling Vietnam, right? So when you travel in and out of the city, right? You need some mode of conveyance, and the buses, local buses and all those things are there. But being a traveler, you might not be well versed with the bus numbers, the routes and all of that. Again, you have to do a lot of googling and all. So as I was traveling with my family, and we have a kid, right? So most of the time we took the taxis. Yeah, and the popular taxi is Grab. So where you can have some sort of interaction with the driver in English. That is one plus point.
In Vietnam, you will find, especially we saw in Hanoi, that you get to see a lot of rickshaws, and surprisingly, rickshaws cost much more than taxis. I mean, if you book a Grab, you will save more money than if you go for opt for a rickshaw ride. So coming to the next point, which is travel adapters. So travel adapter is a must if you are planning to Vietnam. Actually, it's a must even if you are traveling to any country. But in Vietnam, I faced a particular problem that it's a very different setting they are having for their plugs. So even if you are not having an adapter, it will be very difficult for you to charge your phones. And the hotel staff also couldn't help us. If I was not carrying any travel adapter, I would have been in a problem actually. So coming to the next point, that is number 9. Food. So if you are not that sort of person who loves to experiment with food, then Vietnam is going to be a bit problematic for you, because and especially if you are a vegetarian, and most of the shops you will find Vietnamese food which is comprised of seafood, then porks, beefs, eggs of course is there, chicken is there. Googled actually the Indian restaurants nearby us. In Hanoi, we opted for one Indian restaurant. I forgot the name, but it had nice food. Then in Da Nang we had one restaurant called Maharaja Restaurant. It had also very nice food. We actually went there twice. We loved their food so much. Then again there was another restaurant called Ganesh Restaurant, which we found both in Da Nang and Hoi An. They had several branches I think in Vietnam. So both the places were very good. People were hospitable, and then we had lovely Indian food there. But that's what I was saying, that if you are a vegetarian or you are very choosy about your food, please carry some dry food with you, and especially if you are traveling with a kid. So coming to the last point, that is clothes. What type of clothes you should carry while packing your bags for the Vietnam trip? I would say please carry mix and match clothes, because in some parts you will find it's very cold, some parts it's tropical weather. Like in Hanoi, it's a chilly climate. At least a sweater or a thin cardigan or at least a shawl can help you out in that climate. And then again, when you reach Da Nang, you will find a different climate altogether. And Hoi An was actually very hot, at least during the day. Night it was like okay, you can manage, but during the day it's very hot, so carry some light clothes, summer clothes. So that is the thing you should take care before planning your trip. So that's it. We thought sharing these points might help you if you are planning your travel. We enjoyed Vietnam a lot, and it is going to be one of the memorable experience in our life. And if you haven't watched the Vietnam series, then please go and watch it. I think you will like it.
Yeah.
Thank you.